right, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for being here today. Some days we can't pick our weather, but just remember the positive. Breezes like these gentle southwest breezes move the virus towards Abilene. Okay, so they need to put them on full alert for that. It's great to be here. I want to thank, before we get started, I want to thank the men and women who take care of our parks every day. And they did a lot of work to prepare for today. They couldn't control the wind, but we're thankful for what all of you guys do, and help me thank them for their work. It's really great to be able to get this going today. We're not going to spend a lot of time here. In fact, we're probably going to invite all of you back to cut the ribbon. I'm not sure how much groundbreaking we're going to do, but we are going to do a few things that I think are appropriate. I first of all want to recognize the city leadership that's here, Jared Atkinson and members of his team, including Assistant City Manager Brooke Witcher, who the parks folks work for, our new parks director, Colby VanGundy, who's over here. I'm joined by the Mayor Pro Tem, Councilman Jeff Griffith. You could be mayor if you want to be. Councilwoman Latrell Joy, Councilman Steve Massingale. I believe that takes care of the council. We're also so pleased to be joined by members of the McAlister family today. Greg and Meredith McAlister are here. Welcome back home. We're glad you're here, along with along with their three children that are here with them today. They're grown up. They're not just exactly kids anymore, but that's sort of my context on them. But we're so glad you're here. And McAlister Park is going to be, as Randy likes to say, I'm going to introduce you in a minute, by the way. As Randy Christian likes to say, someday this will be the very middle of our town, and I think he's got a pretty good argument. And so it's exciting that we're investing in McAlister Park. Now, in Lubbock, often our parks have been mowed and watered, but not a lot of other things, not a lot of other investments have been made. And I'm proud of the fact that I sit on a council that has prioritized making investments in our parks. This will be our third dog park. One of the reasons we're able to do this park in such a significant way is because it's through private support. In fact, nearly 80% of the funding for this park is being done through private donations. And we're so thankful for George and Linda McMahon, and Randy will talk a bit more about that in a minute, but we're thankful for what they've done for our community in so many ways, including the impact they're making at McAlister Park. Certainly the energy behind the efforts to improve McAlister Park are those from our councilman from District 5. I'd like to introduce Randy Christian. Mr. Christian.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And isn't it ironic? It's the one time that the weatherman is right. This thing is blowing in just about on cue. But I want to thank all of y'all first for coming, and I'd like to introduce a couple of ladies who playing a major role in helping transform this barren parkland into something we'll all be proud of. First, I'd like to introduce Nanette Deso, who's president of the newly formed 501c3 Friends of McAlister Park. Nanette will give you a brief introduction of the purpose and the vision and the mission of this incredible group of volunteers dedicated to the vision of McAlister Park. After Nanette, we'll hear from Cassie Johnston, co-founder and executive director of Alstrom Angels, who will also be breaking ground soon. I hope it's a little better dated than today, though, but on Milestones Development and Play Park, the first indoor, fully accessible indoor park in West Texas for special needs kids. It's going to be incredible, and we'll let Cassie tell you more about that too, and then I've got a few closing comments. So, Nanette, if you tell us about Friends of McAlister Park.
Isn't this a great Lubbock day? All of us who were born here and got here as fast as we could, this is just what we're used to. We love it. So thank you all for being here. I'd like to thank Councilman Christian for his vision. Mayor Pope, thank you for your support. You have my vote 100%. I'd especially like to thank George and Linda McMahon for their donation, which made all this possible. They are truly Lubbock treasures. Also, Jarrett, Brooke, and Colby for getting all this rolling. And I'd like to thank our newly formed Friends of McAlister board. Even in a pandemic, this hard-working board was able to obtain our 501c3 designation in record time and hit the ground running. Board members are, and wave if you're here, Colin Cooper, Beverly McBeth, Drew Anderson, Donya Butler, Abel Castro, Corey Doolin, Don Franks, John Garcia III, Jeff Griffin, Mary McGuire, George and Linda McMahon, Mark and Patty Shipton, Brad Moran, Ben Setliff, and Mitch Tibbett. Thank you for serving. Albert Einstein said, "Strange is our situation here upon earth. Each of us comes for a short visit, not knowing why, yet sometimes seemingly to a divine purpose. From the standpoint of daily life, however, there's one thing we do know, that we are here for the sake of other men, above all for those whose smile and well-being, our own happiness depends, for countless unknown souls whose fate we are connected by a bond of sympathy. Many times a day, I realize how much my outer and inner life is built upon the labors of people, both living and dead, and how earnestly I must exert myself in order to give in return as much as I have received and am still receiving. Think of all the good Lubbock folks in our rich history who built parks we played in as children. Those huge jungle gyms and merry-go-rounds and swings, all built over concrete. It's a wonder we're all here today. Think of the more modern playgrounds your own kids and grandkids have played on. None of this just happened. All of this took vision, effort, and purpose. The Friends of McAlister Park have a very important mission: to help create beautiful space for all proud Lubbockites, including the four-legged ones, to run around and play in for many, many years to come. As Albert Einstein said, we owe it to our visionary forefathers to continue the Lubbock tradition of creating great things for our future generation. Please join us in this mission. Thank you.
I should have brought a scrunchie. Hold my hair back. Well, it's actually very fitting that I get to talk to you today and share what our nonprofit is doing. Because of the weather, it's going to really hit home. As I said, my name is Cassie Johnston. I am the executive director of a local nonprofit called Alstrom Angels, and we are bringing to West Texas the very first indoor play park, Milestones Development and Play Park. And this is going to be a very unique park that brings the essence and feeling of a traditional outdoor park inside, complete with jogging trails, park lanterns, and of course spectacular play structures that will spark every child's imagination. So on days like today, where you have 90-degree weather and 35-mile-an-hour sustained winds, families will still be able to take their children to play at the park. Over Christmas break, when our kiddos are sitting at home and the highs are forecasted in the 20s, families will still be able to take their kiddos to the park. But what makes Milestones most unique is not the fact that we're going to be able to use it year-round. It's the opportunity for every family to bring any child of any ability level to play inside the walls of Milestones Park. Whether a kiddo is on 2 legs or 2 wheels, they will be able to safely access all equipment and play, learn, and explore together. Regardless of our challenges with the weather, it will always be 70 degrees inside Milestones, and the biggest breeze will be from the air conditioners overhead. But if you haven't heard, and if you're probably wondering why I'm standing up here talking about it here at the groundbreaking for the dog park, Milestones is going to be located here in McAlister Park, actually just down the way. And I'm super excited to be able to tell you that very soon before the end of the year, you all will be invited back out for the groundbreaking of Milestones Park. Thank you. When Randy shared with me his vision for all of McAlister Park, I was blown away. Not only is McAlister Park going to be a place where we can bring our human babies to play and our fur babies to play, it's going to be a place that brings families together and helps us build our community even stronger than we are now. And so I want to say congratulations. Where are you sitting? There you are. Congratulations to Randy and all of the board and everyone who has put hours and resources into making this entire project of the park as a whole possible. And thank you all for everything that you do to make our home the best place in America to live, to raise our children, and to play with our puppies.
Thank you very much, Cassie. I had quite a few things prepared, but I'm not going to let us sit out here in the weather like this, even though us strong West Texans, this is just like a gentle breeze. So I'll just cut to the chase on my comments today. We have a lot of wonderful history about Lubbock, Texas. And part of that history is exactly what we see out here, that I envision that this is not unlike what, when the people first came to the South Plains, what this place looked like. And I think that they came to this place with a vision. And we're going to help perpetuate that vision of making this place, as you said, a great place to live, work, and play. I'm trying to find a place where I'm going to start, and I'll get here, but I just feel it's the responsibility of this city council and future city councils to keep the vision of those who came before us moving forward and working to continually reinforce what many of us believe is that Lubbock is the capital of West Texas. In my years of living here, I have never felt a greater sense of pride, promise, and even prestige like I do now in this place we call home. I truly believe that the transformational work of McAlister, along with Citizens Tower and the soon-to-open Buddy Holly Hall, represents the essence of that pride and promise and prestige. 2 years ago, when the original Friends of McAlister Park gathered, we adopted a mantra, a visionary theme of not what is, but what can be. Think about that. With our unique kind of West Texas dreaming and thinking and sharing and believing, McAlister will not only become a gathering place for lots of dogs, but more importantly, lots of people. Lots of young people, old people, short people, tall people. Y'all can fill in the blanks after that. But new people. Lots of new people. From new places that will be moving to this special place that we love, Lubbock, Texas. A place that is destined to be more than magnificent. Much, much more. George, lucky me, I live in Lubbock. I hope you all feel lucky too. With that in mind, let's go turn some dirt, just like our people did 100 plus years ago, and who had a dream of not what is, but what can be. So, Mr. Mayor, let's go build us a dog park.